Yo, real talk, we probably cut from a different cloth. I spill thoughts and see target locks or these missiles launch. I'm discord at its best when ideas are lost and I shoot the messenger. As soon as I feel skeptic, flee the scene. Watch me shift through dimensions quicker than full speed game of 5D Tetris. Real talk, my sentences tend to represent a crosswalk. My penmanship is nothing more than just a sidewalk.
Hey there guys, Balisa here. Finally here to do my third and final installment of the dynamic document generation solution that I've put together. So let's get straight into it. I'm just gonna log into my community edition environment. I will also be giving you guys just a recap on what I covered in part 1 and 2, just so you guys understand how everything fits in together. So I've logged into my community edition environment. So just to give an idea, if I go into my bots, you'll see I've got my dynamic word generation bot in there. And then I've made a couple of enhancements, right? So if I open my output folder here, I want you guys to notice some enhancements that I've made. So I've actually, in fact, used some of the concepts that I spoke about in part 2 to be able to achieve some of the cool functionality that I've put in here. So if I just surface my output folder over here, you'll see my bot is going to execute. It's just downloading a few dependencies. As you can see, the bot has gone ahead, it started, and you can see some of my documents being created in this output folder. But one thing you'll notice now is as the bot is running, the documents that I'm actually generating now are actually converted into PDF. So I've actually used Powershell for that. So there's a trick that I'll share with you guys as I break down this bot on how you can actually trigger a Powershell script and leverage some of the processing power on the user's machine to achieve this sort of stuff, right? So as you can see, my bot is going ahead, or my computer rather, and it's generating my employee documents. So if I just open the first one as an example, you guys will immediately see that this is a job offer that's actually being created using PowerShell. So there are my details. I can see my name. I can also see other details such as the title of that employee. That dynamic content is there. I didn't have to open the Word document and execute the macro. Everything's been done for me. And I can also see some of my repetitive content there at the bottom. So let me show you guys how all of that works in the background. Okay folks, so I'm on my community edition environment. The bot has just run successfully. So I'll just run you through some of the tips and tricks that I've used to actually allow this bot to execute the script on my local machine using PowerShell. So if you guys remember, the bot obviously opens the Excel first. After opening Excel, it processes some of the data to dynamically create my documents. So if you guys remember correctly, in part 2, I actually used bookmarks within Word in conjunction with A2019 Community Edition to achieve this. So wherever I've got full names, I tell the bot to insert the data in that specific point in time. And then lastly, what I've actually picked up with Community Edition, and remember this goes back to the definitions that I spoke about. So I actually use the log to file action that we have available in Community Edition to actually create my bat file. So one thing you'll notice is that with the log to file, you're not limited to a text file. So it allows you to create a bat file. So remember, like what I explained in part 2, is that bat files are pretty much a set of instructions that are written and you can execute it at any time, right? So that's exactly what I've done over here. So if I look at the text that I'm logging, I'm telling the bot to open PowerShell, and then it's actually using a PowerShell script which I've downloaded. I'll put the description in the I'll put the details in my description below, and then it's actually going ahead to convert these docm or macro enabled docs into PDFs as well. And then lastly, the last thing that I do over here, this is just for a quick win. I actually open run using Windows, and then I just paste the URL to that bat file, and that actually executes my bot. And that's pretty much how it works in a nutshell. If you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to reach out to me, and hopefully I'll be providing more content like this for you guys. I hope this helps somebody out there. Have a good evening. Bye.